Hello, WHT team. This is going to be another virtual staff meeting. This is the one for April, even though it's not April. It's May, but I want to get through May before we talked again. Now, spoiler alert, I'm not actually in San Francisco. I only wish that I was in San Francisco. Actually, in my office at 115 West Ridge Industrial Boulevard, Suite 200, next to the break room, or close to it anyway. So we made it through another month, and we all, thankfully, have survived it. As far as I'm aware, everybody has stayed healthy, and that's good. Obviously, still have some challenges ahead, but we'll meet those and we'll come out stronger in the end for those. But I figured you want to know how the firm's doing. Firm's doing great. Went through some numbers for April, and while we are definitely down from prior years, I don't think it's drastic, and it's something that hopefully we can make up in the future. Time will tell. You know, there's still a lot of uncertainty that's going on out there, but so far we're still meeting our clients' needs, and at the end of the day, that's what's the most important thing anyway. So what do the numbers look like? Well, I've done some digging around, and it's kind of hard to come up with exact numbers because situation's always fluid. But what I can tell you is that through the end of April of 2019, we had signed approximately 1,900 tax returns. Through April 30th of 2020, that number was 1,666. So we're about 220 to 225 tax returns signed, less than what we'd done the same period of 2019. And I don't think that's a surprise because we cut back on hours a lot. What does that mean going forward? Well, I would expect that we would do in the neighborhood of 3,600 tax returns for a year for a full tax season. That would leave us with approximately, 1,900 more tax returns to go, not even halfway through where we need to be. So still lots of work to do, and we can get there for sure, but it's going to take some concentration and some real deliberate thinking about how we approach work and get it in and get it out and get it done. We can do it. So keep plowing away, keep doing your work, and everything on that end will come out fine. A couple of things that you do need to know about that you'll be very interested in is typically in the summer we have our Friday afternoons off. With our workload and schedule being a lot different this year, we're not taking Friday afternoons off. So if you need to take time off, that'll be part of your paid time off, your PTO, which, as you know, to be PTO, it's got to be approved in advance and it's got to be scheduled in advance. So make sure you continue to do that. But office will be open all day on Fridays throughout the summer. Now, related to that too is remember that your salary is based on working a specific number of overtime hours. Now, you haven't worked those overtime hours in 2020 because we really cut back in the middle of March, didn't work our overtime hours in last 2 weeks of March or in the first 2 weeks of April. And we're not cutting anybody's pay, so don't worry about that. But you have effectively been given a raise by working fewer hours for the same amount of pay. So keep that in mind. Now, another important thing is with so many people working out of the office still, we need to know what your whereabouts are. Your office hours are still 8 to 5. So we're expecting you to be working 8 to 5 unless you have the PTO approved. So you need to be at your desk at the office or at home by 8 o'clock and work till 5. Our phone starts ringing at 5. People need you. And it's important for Keith to be able to know where you are at all times. Now, that's not being big brother at all. It's being that we have clients that need you. We have other staff that need you. So please be cognizant of working those hours. And if you're not, making sure Keith knows about that. I guess the last big thing that I want to talk to you about are the plans for coming back to work, because we're going to have that at some point in time. We're still putting together the final touches on that, and hopefully by the end of May, not the end, by the middle of May, we'll have a timeline out of what our expectations are. I don't know that it will be for sure, but I would expect that there would be time in the office for everybody every week. What exactly that looks like, we still don't know, but we will be putting out those plans for you and adjust accordingly as we need to. So first and foremost, as we've always said, our clients are the most important thing. We need to continue to serve those. Obviously, we've got a deadline coming up middle of July, and we don't want it to be a mad dash at that point, because people want to take time off, go on their vacations, not be worked to death the last 2 weeks of June and the first 2 weeks of July. So keep at it. If you got any questions, Keith is available, I'm available, your team leaders are available, and we're glad that we still have our team intact and healthy and continue to do our work as normal. So thanks for all you do. Continue to do it. This thing is going to work out. As I told my team this morning, is we're all going through the same storm, but we're all in different boats. And some of our boats are stronger than other boats, and we'll get through it together one way or another. So, happy May. May the 4th be with you. Talk to you guys soon.